some entertainment for you.
Ah, the entertainment.
Without further ado, the gallant knight protects the princess fair.
Number 1, without hesitation. 120%, it's the best game released, I believe, will stay that way until the end of the year, regardless what will come out. Resident Evil 4 Remake. Not even the case if you've played the original game or not. This masterpiece of a remake is so well made, it literally is just a new game in the series, and a remake at the same time. If you want a good story, good horror, and probably the best graphics on the entire platform right now, Resident Evil 4 is definitely it.
What happened to me?
We gotta keep moving forward. We will beat this. Together.
Thanks.
Then come, Sancho Panza. Let us rescue the Princess Dulcinea.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
Sorry, bad traffic. One combat shop will compliment the Hunnigan.
Ha! Ha! This is kind of fun. Ahead!
You're kidding.
Whoa!
Ah, yes, the time has come.
Like I told you. I'm gonna get you home safe.
Ready to die, rookie.
Exalt all!
Leon! And let it be so.
I swore that the world would never see its like again. Do you realize what this could mean for us? An international scandal.
I don't want to die.
They're not going to find out. The malfunction has been dealt with.
Coming up behind that, it's the longest awaited game ever, of course, Atomic Heart. This is a nice little Bioshock-inspired adventure, first-person shooter with a Soviet flair on top. Atomic Heart, guys, sitting on most critical websites with an 8 to 9 out of 10 scores. It's an almost AAA game in quality and combat specifically, but nothing that broke any grounds other than just madness. So far, I've personally never heard of a bug, even if you look it up on Steam, and to be fair, the campaign is indeed lengthy.
Your job is to cover me.
This place is a damn madhouse.
Who are you?
Xena. Granny Xena.
South, the whole world might end.
A lot to absorb on your first day.
Can't believe I'm here. Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum.
You have much to learn.
Moving on, it's the #1 open world game of 2023 so far, the one and only Hogwarts Legacy. When you won't even have to be a fan of the franchise to want to spend weeks if not months with, Hogwarts Legacy is an open world adventure, student fantasy, quite a bit feeling like Rockstar's old Bully, but without the part where you get to bully people. You can tell this game's made by true passionate Harry Potter fans, so as far as content and quality goes, this game is actually 10 out of 10.
Of ancient magic. Extraordinary. It's a powerful magic that should only be wielded by a select few.
The path we're on is terribly dangerous. But I do not know where it leads. I'm afraid you're on your own. I've ensured that we have a moment to ourselves.
Dead Space Remake manages to surpass the complexity and the quality and the gameplay mechanics of the original, and I must say this actually without any hesitation. There is no better game in the world designed with a better sound system in this game. Y'all remember the audio design of the original game, where every corner was a scare because of the things you heard? We'll take that and multiply the details. According to IGN here, an unfathomable follow-up to one of the greatest games ever made. Now guys, I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom myself, but I think it's enough said by just looking at the scores here, as The New Legend of Zelda is the most positively rated game of 2023 so far, improving on every aspect of the predecessor, apparently with more quality, what is regarded since a couple of weeks ago as a triumph sequel of a triumph prequel. Check it out, just in case you missed it.
Link, you are our final hope.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my head. Hello? Hey, can you hear me? I got some water.
I was trying to fucking help you!
Number 6, it's the almost 12-year-old awaited sequel, Dead Island 2, which is technically speaking a miracle of some sorts that even made it out. What a nice surprise though, even though it's pretty much the original game in general, it's actually a fine game and no bugs either. If you like hack and slashing zombies a little more detailed instead of Dying Light 2, play this one. It takes place in Los Angeles, battles are more intense, more weapons, and a longer campaign as well.
You don't know shit. Out there, you gotta be a mechanic, medic. Jackie fucking Chan rode into one.
I've seen all his movies.
No! Climb out of it! Drive!
There's millions of those things out there, just waiting to sink their teeth into us.
You're screwed, man!
I think the survival of the human race may depend on the blood in my veins.
Yeah, man, no shit.
This motherfucker!
This motherfucker.
Come on, fuckers! Hit him till they stop biting.
Voodoo you voodoo, bitch.
Moving on, we have Guerrilla Games and Fire Sprite's masterpiece of the game, Horizon Call of the Mountain. PlayStation VR 2's initial game or launch title, Call of the Mountain is actually regarded by several websites as the best or most advanced VR game ever. All of that, however, due to how incredibly good it looks and then how extremely detailed the game is. Not just in environments, but the characters and your options, and probably the prime example of how an action game can be made in VR. My opinion, it's a 9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10.
You need someone expendable to go after him.
Find out why the machines are attacking. And you shall be a free man.
You'll be reborn. For what I want to create.
Sitting on Steam with overwhelmingly positive scores and over 20,000 reviews so far. Number 8, it's Red Barrel's, of course, long-awaited Outlast Trials. This gives a PvP match base with single player and up to 4-player co-op possible. It's in its early access phase though, so that's technically why it's a PC exclusive, but it's one of the most polished early access games of all time. Honestly, it goes beyond what you expect or have in mind by the horror game.
I need a nobody. But what I got was you. And when I see what you are capable of, I think you might be the one that shows this miserable world what freedom really means.
Number 9 we have with the most amount of purchases on PCs if we're talking multiplayer horror games. It's the long-awaited Sons of the Forest. In short, I guess you can tell it's The Forest, the prequel game with just better graphics, building mechanics, and some really odd but attractive monsters. Women. Not just that, it's actually the best horror game to play with friends as well. It's a great game made by a great and passionate studio, but weighted down by some bugs and a little bit of poor optimizations. In my opinion, it's an 8 out of 10.
That's me. And you're probably wondering how I ended up here. Well, it's pretty standard. Check this out. Music player in my chest. It's powering up my new robot arm.
Whoa. Number 10, a quick mention over here by Tango Gameworks. We have then a HiFi Rush. First and foremost, it's a rhythm-based action-adventure single-player game, halfway a Guitar Hero, and a Devil May Cry / Sunset Overdrive mix. Or madness. This game's about $30 right now and sitting on Steam with overwhelmingly positive review scores. It's got solid soundtrack, the combat is rewarding, the most fun in the list to be frank. There's a nice little story even, and the character you do actually play as is really dope.
Is this the guy?
We'll take down this company, one boss at a time. Just so you know, they're insane.
I'm here, baby. Hold on, did you just feel that? That beat? Ready for more?
Is a gory, rapid-fire boomer shooter blast from the past! Take control of a mighty Stern Guard veteran.
Probably every single element of a retro classic shooter perfected in a single form. Guys, Warhammer Boltgun came out a week ago, and ever since it's rated as the #1 shooter of the year. It's basically Doom, Heretic, Painkiller, and every other 80s to 90s goodness modernized and perfected. Released in 2023. Literally, there is no single bug that's ever heard of in the game. It's got a huge campaign, the guns, enemies, music, Boltgun. Overall, it's a masterpiece at its least.
Instincts. Blast cultists apart with your mighty Boltgun! Smash traitors with your charge! Shred the spawn of the archenemy with your chainsword! Maim and obliterate hordes of foes with your other devastating weapons! Unleash your wrath upon the enemies of the Imperium! Only in death does duty end. For the Emperor! Jump into Warhammer 40,000 Boltgun and purge the taint of chaos on PC, PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
The wonders of modern technology. Making life easier for millions of people.
Turn around! Now!
What could possibly go wrong?
Speaking of awaited games, number 12, fresh out of the oven, System Shock Remake was released only hours ago, and it's regarded so far with over 1,000 reviews as the absolute gem of the pack when it comes to remakes. It's remarkably faithful to the original with reimagined visuals, better voice acting, better music, and all around everything the original game had to offer 10 times better. It's basically history here in 4K. If you're a fan of the old one, this game is indeed a gem.
I will shape the earth in my image. I will evolve all living things. You must serve me well, hacker.
And last but not least, we have a little bit of an indie game or gem, of course, called Dredge. Coming from Team 17, this is a single-player fishing adventure, simple and atmospheric with a touch of horror to it, and some great music. Some people describe this thing here as for newcomers. If you've never had the concept of cosmic horror mixed with fishing, or a horror fishing game, maybe a little like Subnautica, except, I mean, if you've seen that, except on the seas rather than inside the seas. Dredge does that better than anything else out there right now.